So just introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
Hi, I'm Burke from Newport Beach, California. I'm a big wave surfer, 22 years old. I found Culture a couple months ago, and they've been helping me out a lot. I'd like to share my story. I like to surf pipeline, and that's one of the most deadly waves in the world. If you surf out there for long enough, eventually you end up with some sort of injury, and head injuries are really common out there. So I was out there for the whole winter, spent a couple months there every year. Just surfing there every single day, you end up getting kind of rocked, even if you don't hit the bottom really hard. One morning, it was probably about 15 to 20 foot, and like almost as big as it can handle out there. And I got out there, one of the first people out in the morning, sitting out the back, and the best wave I've ever been in position for out there came in straight to me, turned around and went. And I wasn't able to set my line with my board because I tried to fade it to get deeper, and I ended up just putting myself right in the position where I either could try to pull in and get the lip on the head or straighten out. I ended up straightening out, and the wave just mowed me, just going every direction, rattling my brain underwater. And then I came up and I was just seeing stars. That went away, and I kept surfing for the next 4 days because there was like another 4 days, 10-foot surf. And by the end of it, I just felt like a vegetable. Just felt very like brain fog. I would get like a headache from like just trying to talk. Wasn't able to function right, and so I booked a flight home. I started looking into what I could do to speed up recovery for concussions. I had one before that was really bad. I went to a very dark place, didn't know like what to do, didn't know what was wrong with me. And so this time around, a little bit of research, and then I found Culture, just a light in a dark place, and it didn't even feel like a dark place at all. It was an enjoyable experience. I was able to really relax and recover, have good people around me through the whole process. The first time I got concussed, I wasn't able to have guidance through it, and I didn't really know the symptoms and everything, what came along with that, the mood swings, anxiety, and the brain fog, and headaches, stress from just the littlest things. And so this time around when I found Culture, they had the PEMF brain tap, and the first time I did that, it was almost like I was able to have an experience doing something without doing anything, and just releasing stress completely, getting into that theta mindset. And then going from that, hyperbaric chamber, which would decompress my brain. I felt like each time I would come in, I would feel better. And having that progress, and being in a place where you can't do anything, but also feeling like you are making ground. So I wasn't able to work out and surf and stuff, but just being able to come in here and use the facility, use the cold plunge, the sauna was amazing. All that's great and necessary, but Troy started this whole thing, and he took me under his wing, and it was almost like having like a big brother who was just there. I couldn't give anything to him at that time, but he was willing to help me be there for me. So through that, I gained some friends, the support of such an amazing place that probably cut the recovery time in half, if not like 3 times the speed that it should have taken. So I went from not being able to speak correctly, not being able to remember anything or move around fast, to being right back at the pinnacle of the sport that I'm chasing within a month, which is pretty incredible. So coming back from that trip, spending a month here, and then going right back, getting on the horse and getting some of the best rides of my life at Pipe right after being at the bottom of the rail was awesome.